To Robin now in Kyiv. She's with our senior foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, who's been covering this war for more than 3 months now. Hello again, Robin.
Hey, Michael, I gave this man one of those legendary Michael Strahan bear hugs when I saw you, Ian, and you have been literally on the front lines. You're here over one shoulder is St. Michael's Monastery. Then you see these damaged Russian tanks from this war. How have you seen the city, this country, transform from when you got here to now?
Yeah, Robin, I mean, it's great to see you. It's hard to describe. This was a perfectly normal city. One day before the war, we were out dining, people were out walking their dogs, playing in the parks. And then President Putin addresses the nation at 4 in the morning. Now, no president addresses the nation at 4 in the morning because no one's watching unless something big's going to happen. Within 1 minute of him finishing, the first shells started to land here. And this immediately then became a whole city, a whole country on a total war footing. These streets were empty. There were checkpoints. There was sound of air raid sirens, the sound of shells landing. And I know it kind of looks semi-normal here, but those shells could still land at any time, and they are across Ukraine.
We flew into Slovakia and then drove for 12 hours here to Kyiv, and as we got closer and closer, we saw the true destruction. People need to know this isn't what you see all around this country, especially in the eastern region. And you've been there.
Totally different. I mean, it's what Kyiv was like at the start of the war.
Yeah.
The streets are empty. There's only a fraction of the population left. People are hiding in their basements. We've met people who we're on day 99 of this war. People have spent 99 days living underground in fear of their lives. And that is not normal. That's what the Ukrainians have had to endure. But they've done it with such stoicism. It's incredible to witness.
You say Ukrainians and Americans have a lot in common.
Yeah, 100%. Because before the war, Ukrainians, like Americans, like Europeans, expected that tomorrow was going to look like today. Why not, right? You don't have an expectation that the world could end, that you could die at any moment, that your children couldn't be safe, that you lose your home. And that's what changed for them. That's what they had to deal with, was suddenly everything could end in an instant at any time. And again, don't be fooled by what you see here. That is the reality out in the east. And you know, the battle out in the east is tough. The Ukrainians won the battle for Kyiv, they won the battle of Kharkiv, they're losing out in the east, and people are really worried about what that means for the country.
People have to definitely keep that in mind. How are you? How are you? We were just concerned about you and the crew. You all have seen, first of all, you've covered many wars. How is this one different? I mean, the engagement. You couldn't go down the street in the U.S. without seeing a Ukrainian flag flying. What has been the difference, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that level of engagement, and it's always difficult to work out why people connect with one conflict and they don't connect with another. I think, firstly, there's a shared sense that actually Russia is a threat. And we've seen Russian interference in U.S. elections and activity online, malign influence. So I think there's a sense of a shared threat. I think there's also a recognition that, as Ukrainians say, and the US government firmly believes this, if Putin is not stopped here, this will have much bigger consequences. The American taxpayer has been bankrolling a lot of the weapons coming in here. But the fear is that if Putin is not stopped here, the aggressor will go on. It will then be NATO, it will then involve America, and it could be much worse. But seeing it, witnessing it, it's hard. It's hard. Those faces stay with you. Some of them haunt you for a very long time. And they're difficult to talk about and difficult to remember. But we're here because it matters. This matters. And the audience kind of understand that. They recognize this fight is much bigger. They see what people are going through, the suffering, the sacrifice. We just saw this funeral going through here. Yeah. That is what's going on every day, and it's great that the audience are engaged, and it's great that you're here.
I've got to tell you, it's great that you have been here, and your passion for covering everything that you do, and your compassion. Thank you. Thank you, Ian. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.